My name is Justin Beamis, and I'm with the Salina Fire Department. And I've established a strategic goal, which I think that is fairly ambitious in nature, but it is obtainable if the resources are allocated properly and the right elements are put into place. One of the greatest growing topics currently is the cancer amongst firefighters in this profession, mainly due to because reasons outside of our control, such as newer household products, materials burn faster and burn hotter, and they off gas toxic chemicals, toxic hazards that are dangerous to most firefighters these days. And one of the things that we've got to address is how do we protect ourselves in the long run? And my strategic goal that I've established for this project is to see a 50% reduction in job-related illnesses and injuries associated with the contamination of gear, contamination from fire scenes. And one of the ways that I've suggested that we can best accomplish this and overcome this issue is through the purchasing of new and modern PPE, such as this jacket behind me. It's got some of the newest features that they're starting to see on the market that have these barriers that prohibit a lot of these toxins from actually penetrating through, getting to the body. And another one of the elements is the purchases of these SCBA bottles. These SCBA bottles are used in what we call IDLH environments, immediate dangers to life and health environments, and we wear them quite frequently. And there's more and more studies coming out that shows the length of the time that we should be wearing them and how often we should be wearing them. So the thing that I'm asking you today is to listen to some of these statistics that are coming out. For firefighters, the skin absorption rates of toxic chemicals is astronomical. And the groin alone is over 300% absorption rate. Jawline is 93%. The forehead is 43%. Scalp is 25%. And the back is 12%. And this coincides with the increased cancer rates. One of them is being testicular cancer, which is extremely enormous amongst firefighters, is 2.02% increase than the normal population. And multiple myeloma is 1.53% increase. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is 1.51%. And skin cancer 1.34, and you can see the trend here is ever so slowly increasing. So what I present to you today is that we make the purchasing and implementing of procedures put into place that will prohibit or help inhibit, not prohibit, but more so inhibit the possibility of us getting these types of cancers and these types of injuries that will affect all the stakeholders. And the stakeholders in this project are the firefighters like myself, city council members, city hall members, all city officials, and the citizens of the Salina. Mainly the firefighters itself, because the procedures that we have to put in place have to be able to be efficient with the numbers that we're required to obtain on response times and other issues associated with the profession. Everything is measured in time. Time is of the essence in the profession. And this gear allows us to reduce time, but it still increases the protection that we are required to have to maybe offset some of these job-related illnesses and injuries. If we can reduce these job-related illnesses and injuries, we can then see the citizens benefiting because it's keeping us back on the streets, not seeing a reduction in crew numbers, not seeing a reduction in workforce numbers, and us not having to go out and hire and train new individuals to take our places because we can no longer perform the functions that are required of us in this profession. Same with the city officials. It helps out with monetary budgets. It helps with workman comp claims. Any job-related illness is going to be obviously handled through city insurance and firefighters insurance, and it's going to put a burden upon the city to backfill these spots that are now vacant because an individual is injured or ill because of a job-related task. The strategic goal is ambitious in nature, but it is a extremely attainable one, and it's one that I suggest that we do establish benchmarks to watch the progression of it. One of the benchmarks is actually purchasing the new gear, having the new gear in place, and then ensuring that the individuals are well trained and well rehearsed in the implementation and the proper donning, which is putting on, and the doffing of gear, which is the taking off in a proper and safe, effective manner. Then on top of that, we have proper decontamination procedures in place that will allow us to reduce any possible cross-contamination associated with a IDLH environment or a major event such as a structure fire or any other type of fire that we might encounter or any type of incident that we might encounter that will have toxins or chemical gases. But like I said, the three benchmarks will help us achieve this goal, and then I want to have a QA/QI program put into place that will allow us to measure the success of the individuals, the success of the program, and the overall success of making sure these guys go home to their families at the end of the day. That is my ultimate goal. That's the goal that I wish to attain, and it's the goal I think that most of the fire service is willing to step behind. And I'm seeking your guys' approval that we go ahead and forward with these purchases of this new gear, purchase of all the extra PPE stuff that we might need that will help us ward off any potential job-related illness or injury. And I hope that you guys take this presentation, take it to heart, and realize that at the end of the day, we do the job to the best of our ability, but we also, at the end of the day, want to go home to our families, want to go home to enjoy the rest of our days. When we retire, we want to be able to live longer than most of people are expecting. We have a short life expectancy after retirement, maybe at 6 to 7 years most is what it's measured to be now. And if we can somehow ward some of these issues off, maybe we can enjoy our families a little bit more, given that we do sometimes pay the ultimate sacrifice, and we do give a lot to see that the citizens and our brotherhood is definitely protected from here on out. Again, I thank you for listening to me. My name is Justin Beamis, and I'm a firefighter paramedic with the city of Salina. And again, I thank you for everything, and I thank you for taking the time to listen to me.